Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us in start the presentation. I'm going to start with an important statement. I had a dream. This started with a dream. Maybe 4 years ago, I had a dream to open an art school for children in Mexico. So I started working at museums, applied to UT, and that brought me here. And as Dr. Heisen mentioned, I'm the CEO, founder of Creative.com. That's the name. When we started, it was a different name, but we found this could be work better because I'm focusing on creative economies, make people have the tool of creativity. I'm going to start with a little bit of data. I didn't expect that to. Please raise your hand if you could see the big one orange rectangle. Okay? Ignore the other screen. Raise your hand if you could see two rectangles. We have two. Over here. There you have it. A little arrow over here. What is this? This is a graph. This is the number of COVID cases we had when we arrived to UT, when we started. And this is the name of COVID cases we have right now. So this is a shift. We're moving from this to this. So maybe over here was our first day of class. In the first day of class, the idea of to create an art school sounds like the worst idea ever. How are you going to put children inside a classroom? They're going to get it. So COVID moved a lot of things. It made us see how from something little small, it changes the whole world, the whole project. My research question started with the theme, how can we use quality art education to empower the next generation to develop creative, social, and identity skills necessary for success in a rapidly changing world? So we started our research. In research, we want to find all the beautiful things that we are looking for. And sometimes we don't find that. Sometimes we find the other way. Like, I remember Dr. Heisen told me, you need to find where your students are to move them forward. So the first question was, do they want to study art? What are, right now, teenagers, kids, what do they want to do? And this is when things start getting ugly. 75% of children wants to be influencers. Everybody wants to be an influencer, to be a famous guy on YouTube, on TikTok. Everybody wants to do the same thing. Just to compare, in China, 50% of the same age, they want to be astronauts. So they're going into sciences, they're going to create rockets, machines, robots, and in the Western society, we're going to be dancing on TikTok. That's kind of a problem. And second, I found a worse problem. Dr. Heisen mentioned it. 3 million students quit school in Mexico in 1 year because of the COVID crisis. In Mexico, we are fighting to move people above the poverty line. So right now, this crisis, when you quit school, you became under the poverty line for the rest of your life. It will be almost impossible. It will take years to get these people back into the track. Okay, now Carlos' presentation looks like a depressing. Okay, let's go to some good news. I found about creative economies. Creative economies, and it has all this about it. It's any activity that you need an idea. Photography, arts, graphic design, to be a chef. If you need to create something, you're in the creative economies. What are the good news? Creative economies are growing 4 times faster than manufacturing. The second good news, 33% of people working in creative economies, they're self-employed. So that gives us a little bit of hope. Like, okay, let's try to see where we could move these persons. I have this, maybe somebody remember Family Feud? So we have the top reasons to be an influencer. It's important to mention a lot of these kids are earn millions of dollars. It's a huge industry. Brands are paying literally millions. They could make 20, 30, 50 millions. So I need to ask, what do you think is the top reason everybody wants to be an influencer?
Money.
Money?
Fame.
Fame. I know it.
Likes.
Likes. They like to be like fame. They want fame. They want money.
Free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff. That's I will put that in money. Okay, it's money on the list. 10%. Only 1 out of 10. They want money. I will sort of be number 1. You should be the next one. They want fame. Of course, they want self-expression. Money, people, for people they mean they want to make connections. They want to create a community, have friends, and travel. So, somebody wants to guess? We still have one spot. What could be the number 1 reason they want to be influencers?
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
To not have to work a 9 to 5.
To not have to work a 9 to 5. That's incredible. But it's creativity. They want to be creative. They want to take photograph. They want to make art. They want to make film, animation, podcasts, writing. Actually, they say, I want to be an influencer. But what they want is they want to learn to be creative. So we know now where they are. And now we will try to move them to a creative endeavor. Like you're not going to dance on TikTok. You're going to learn to be a great dancer, to write, to create a video, and that could open a possibility in the working field. You could become a professional of what you are doing. So I included like a second research question. Could we reduce poverty by educating with technology about creative economies? It's a huge question. Could we actually move all these people below the poverty line and move them to create an economy? So that's the basic idea of my capstone project right now. The capstone project is an online course. It's finished right now. It's in Spanish. It's for Mexican students. Basic tools for digital life. Like I want to give them like a hope. Like you're gonna learn a lot of things. Like you need this course. The course it will be launched with the overview. High school students. It will be 10 weeks. It's almost like half of a college course. It will be 30 total hours. It will be in Mexico, and it's in Spanish. The course has 10 different lessons. There's an introduction, what are creative economies? Am I creative? Creativity workshop, my identity, what is entrepreneurship? Digital marketing, my website, conclusions, next steps. As you can see, I'm moving them to a lot of places. And what's the structure? Each one of these lessons is for 3 hours. The orange part is 2 hours synchronic, once a week. And the black part is synchronic studies. We start with an intro poll, an introduction video. Then we go into the sequence, lecture, activity. For each lecture, the lecture I will talk with the students for 10, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then they will have 10 to 20 minutes for an activity, a break. Breakout room, it's important that they need to participate together, to make critiques, have feedback. Then we go to the second lectures, second activity, and later they will make later in the week, the third lecture, the third activity, and there's a conclusion video, right? We will explain what we learned. Extra material, you could click, you will have access to readings, PDFs, ebooks of that lesson, and an exit poll. This is an example of one of the lectures. This is lecture 2.1, second lecture, first lecture, second lesson, first lecture. And it just goes, most of it there, like over here are only 9 slides. I showed this. The second image is a Pink Floyd concert. And over there, I'm talking with the students that when I was young, my dream was to be an illumination designer for Pink Floyd. Imagine that in 1990s in Mexico, that didn't even exist. Right? Some people don't have electricity. And I was thinking, so it was impossible. So during this lecture, I told them, right now you could be whatever you want. Right now, if you want to be a graphic designer in Tokyo, we have the technology to do that. So that's the thing. And I also found that it's good to start, when we're talking about something, to talk about the story. Like, what I feel about this Pink Floyd crazy idea. There we go, we show about what is creative economies, a list of creative economies. Here's a list of the most creative people in the world. All the lectures finished with key points. And they see, every time I make this, they have a link to download all the slides. So it will be like a way to keep the information. The lectures. I told you there are 10 sessions, so there are 30 lectures already finished. I don't have time to mention all of this, but just to have what is creative economies, what is creativity, how to develop creativity, design thinking, what is entrepreneurship, 7 steps to create a startup, 12 models of monetization. So we're moving between a lot of themes. The activities, also just to mention a few, rate creative economies with post-its, fill in a diagram of your talents, take an EIA test, draw a mural of the future. A lot of people don't have hope in the future. A lot of young people, they don't know what they want to do. So they need to create a mural of how it's going to be the future in 5 years. Model a 3D prototype. They need to create a prototype. Photography, twice your city. Once the things that you like of your city. Second, the things that you don't like in your city. Create a business plan. So this is the part where we could see we are using art education. Everything is photograph, create, draw. This process, I think art education is the best tool. So that's why we're teaching something, and then we're making an activity, a creative activity to understand this. The EIA test, I put it twice. This is a test that measures character strength. It's really interesting. You could make the test, and it will show you all your different characters. And they have creativity, so they will show you like it's number 1 to 23. I put it twice. I want them to make them when they start the course and when they finish the course. Maybe we could see if they are moving some of these indicators. I would love to see the results. Okay, the last lesson is called Next Steps. And it's mostly talking about, this is more like a motivation part. Also, we need people to believe in themselves. So it's like, okay, you could do this. And especially I have a software. Well, I put all these creative economies, a list of everything they want, and they need to rate, and they need to select. Why I'm doing this? When somebody selects architecture, when they finish the course, I will send them an ebook with all the indications how you could study as an architect. Okay, you could join this, you could try this, you could go in Mexico this, try these courses. Like it will be a step-by-step of everything that you want to go. An ebook. But the most important part is the 3 courses that they select. I need to create 3 courses. So they will be able, this course will follow the semester. I'll start by fall 2022. So when they select this, these 3 new courses will be ready by spring 2023. So if somebody wants to be graphic design, they will be able to join the graphic design course by the next semester. And we will keep growing this. Okay, let's go to the final reflection in general. What I learned with this process. First, to listen. I have a really clear idea of what I want to do, and then I realize I need to move to different sides. Like, I need to listen to people, what do you want? Adapt new technology. We need, right now everything is moving so fast. When we moved our online classes, to online, it was like on plan. And a lot of things are happening, and technology is shaping our society, our kids. So we need to adapt technology, test, and try to make better adaptation to technology. Act as leaders. I love everything that we learn. We have all the greatest ideas, but we need to be in front. We need to participate in governments. We need to participate creating policies. Like, because somebody's deciding what we need to teach. Like right now, Michael is making he's a leader. What we need to do this. So we need to step like that, and okay, we need this kind of education. So we need to be leaders in our communities. The challenges of this project, the COVID-19 crisis was a big challenge because everything is moving right now too fast. And new models, what I mean by new models is in this dynamic world, we need new models of art education. As the same that we are adapting new technologies, we also need new models. It's not, okay, let's gonna put a camera and let's send a feed to the whole world. No, we need a new model, and we need also to test and find new ways to teach this new generation. Success. I think one of the success is to find a community. I started with I want to create an art school. And somebody else will work in Mexico, but also in North Carolina. Like, I didn't have a clear idea. Now this project has a real idea. I want to focus on these students in Mexico who are creating school. A bridge. What I mean by a bridge, to create, I think a success was to create a move from art education where the student is, use art education to try to move them forward. And low income, to focus on low income students. When in Mexico happens a lot, like private schools are really expensive. So sometimes they say, okay, I will give you 20% discount. No, that's too expensive. 50% discount is too expensive. If somebody doesn't have food, they don't have money for education. This course is free, so we need to give them the opportunity to take this course. What are the next steps? I just mentioned, to keep creating on the course they ask. And to present this project, the creative.com will be presented. I want to develop here as a startup. And I will look for partnership, for financing. And I would love to Austin to be my base. Part of the next steps, we have a map of beautiful Austin. And I was looking at part of Southeast Chavez with the Martin Middle School. I put this because I found a place, retail space, exactly the size I need for my school. I also want to open a face-to-face school, so, oh my God, this is the best place ever. Right? So, when this was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was thinking like, yes, now I have an idea, and I'm gonna look for financing and this. So then I realized that I have it. Looks like everything goes again to the same spot where we started. But just to finish, did something happen in these 2 years? I had a dream and now I had a dream. Like, too much effort. In research, especially for my friends of first year, you need to reference everything. You need reference for everything. Michael put all reference, I didn't put everything. So, I need to tell the best reference that I had. I read incredible books, incredible articles, but the best references that I have, they're not in the library. They're over here, in front of me. My friends, thank you very much. You are the best reference of empathy and support. And also to my professors, you are the best reference of intelligence. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, what changed after 2 years? Only 2 words. Instead of I have a dream, we have a dream. Thank you.